Alright, so let's check this one out. What we have to do is solve this radical equation, and we're going to check all solutions. Now always with these are tricky, we always have to check. So what we're going to do, let's do some algebra first, and we always just want one radical by itself. So I'm going to add x, root x minus 3. Let me thin that marker out here. Okay, we'll do that to both sides. So plus root x minus 3, like so. So basically we're just getting rid of this, we're doing some algebra. We're going to get root x plus 8, whole thing, and that's going to equal 1 plus root x minus 3. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to square both sides of this. So over on the left, it's going to cancel the root. I just have x plus 8. And over on the left, it cancels. Over on the right, I have a binomial squared, 2 terms. So we have to write it down twice and FOIL it. So I'll just write it right out like this. Okay, we're going to FOIL that on the right. So we're going to have x plus 8. This is going to be, the first is going to be 1 squared, or 1. Plus, this is going to be a 1 right here. Remember, this 1 is not under the root symbol, so it doesn't interact with this at all. It's just a 1 out here. So that's going to be plus 1 root 3, or plus root x minus 3, sorry. Inside, same thing, plus root x minus 3. And then the last is going to be plus x minus 3. Because this root times root is itself squared, it's like this, root x minus 3 squared, and that square cancels the root. So that's how we get that. I'll combine some like terms. I have minus 3 plus 1, that's going to be minus 2. Plus this x here, I'm just going to write that out in front, plus 2 root x minus 3. So remember, these right here are essentially 1s. This goes back to like roots and radicals last term. And when we have like roots, we can just add the coefficients. So 1 plus 1 gives me 2, and then the root x minus 3 just comes along. And all that still equals x plus 8. So now let's isolate this radical part right here. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I'll just do that all in one step. So I'm going to get, this is gone, I'm going to have 10 equal 2 root x minus 3. Now to isolate that radical again, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So that's gone. Going to need a new page here. There we go. Get a different color too. Switch it up. So we're going to have 5 equal to root x minus 3. And now that I have this radical isolated, which is always the name of the game, we're going to square both sides there. 5 squared is 25. Oh. 5 squared is 25. And that's going to equal x minus 3. And then we'll just do some straight algebra from here, and we'll solve for x. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. We'll get x by itself. 28 equals x. Okay, so that's cool, but remember we have to go back and check our solutions now. So if we're saying x is 28, we got to go way back up here. Let me erase all this mess. And we'll sub that in for 28, and we'll see what we got. Okay, so instead of root x plus 8, I'm going to say we got root 28 plus 8 minus root x, not x, 28, minus 3, and that should equal 1 if we did that outright. So 28 plus 8 is 36, right? So the square root of 36 is 6, and 28 minus 3 is 25, square root of 25 is 5, and 6 minus 5 does in fact equal 1, so we're good to go. We're pretty confident that 28 is going to be our answer to that. Alright, so I hope that helps. If not, let me know.